and we can continue resolving this.
Auspice 3 is perception empathy, isn't it?
Yep, the spirit's touch on a vial of glorious blood that is quite happily...
Difficulty.
I think 4, since it's preserved and not like fresh earthly remains kind of thing. I might let you do this like once per night, but not much more often than that, because then it would get ridiculous, but you can certainly get regular glimpses of Raffaello using this. So go with difficulty 4.
Hold on a second.
Okay, just figure it out. The sheriff, meanwhile, is looking... Oh, nice. Okay. This is more like a vision, not necessarily a direct line of information, right?
Mm-hmm, yep. In fact, it's usually only supposed to do things in which the object is a past of. But the blood might be considered still part of him, so hey.
If it was blood that had decayed to like an amalgamation of the cells, you know, from the humans that he had drunk from, yes, but it's mystically preserved, so it's still Vita, it's still connected to his life force.
I was thinking that was probably the case, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yep, it's a Tremere tracking thing, so it's specifically made to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You see Raffaello sitting in the middle of a vast web which is slowly growing, with strands reaching out towards your little Chantry. With a smile on his face, gleam in his eye, he knows that you are the ones who will be sent to hunt him, so the more distracted and weakened you are, the safer he is.
Where's he
You don't know. You just see that he intends to keep you too distracted and too busy to ever mount a real hunt against him before it's too late.
I thought I gave a little more specifics than that, but let me go check.
Meanwhile, I tell Igor that that it's okay now, that people can come into my office, and I invite the sheriff in.
Yeah. As for it being more specific, it's... yeah, you could rule that it's mundane information, but at the same time, I'm giving him insight into exactly what Raffaello is planning, like his actual thoughts and emotions,
yep.
So that's a pretty important piece of information, and I think that...
I get how you're using this now. I get how you're using this. Alright.
Yeah, it, like, it seems to me like makes more dramatic sense to approach it like this.
Mm-hmm. You're basically giving us updates on his emotional and mindset rather than any kind of physical information.
You might get that, but when it's dramatically appropriate and in character, you can explain it as Ashmet shielding him from at least some of that.
Sure.
Like,
sure.
you can't
okay,
tell the street address where he's currently lairing, because then this wouldn't be a recurring enemy that completely fucks you over.
Yay!
The sheriff, meanwhile, is looking into Gerard's eyes and attempting to use Presence 1, telling you to focus on his voice, shut off the senses, just block it out, it's alright, just make it go away, focus on my voice, just shut it out. You may now attempt to regain control at a difficulty of 6.
Actually, this is where, if that's a base difficulty, his Iron Will... Oh wait, no. But not affected by... Never mind.
Yep, it's essentially his senses being bombarded with crazy crap, rather than a mind-affecting thing.
Yay!
And it's using Presence anyway, which, as far as resisting the aiding thing, wouldn't really help him. And Gerard manages to stumble to his feet. As nice D-sharp helps him up. Oh, Gerard, what the fuck happened here? I heard you were back in town, but... Bronson? What did Bronson do? I mean, he was out. He returned from his business when we arrived at the Chantry, I think.
Yep. Bronson just barely got back with us before we had to leave again.
If someone could read out Bronson's part. For reasons.
He was down here. He was down here casting some ritual.
No. Yours, Jackalope. Yours. Most definitely yours. Okay. Hey. Oh, well, Bronson's just upstairs. We can bring him down here and ask him. It's...
Bronson!
Read it, Nietzsche.
He then turned into some sort of guy and left. Some sort of other guy. Dyslexia flaw, sorry.
Bronson comes downstairs. Holding a shotgun. What? Where's the fire?
Bronson, have you been in the Chantry at all tonight? When did you come down here and mess with the circle?
Not that I can remember.
Ah, God damn it.
I'm sure there's nothing horrible going on, and that...
What did he look like? What did he look like when he turned away from Bronson? When his facade melted away and he turned into someone else? Could you describe him for me?
If you are speaking in character, please, if you are at all able, speak out loud.
I was speaking in character.
I'm talking to Bacon.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so, hey, Yorick, can you give me a little bit of blood?
I honestly don't know you at all, besides, the whole punishment thing. Apparently you're a really bad apple.
Give him blood, Yorick. Gee, you have no reason to complain tonight.
As for giving Malik how he looked like, that would at the very least require a perception alertness roll at, say, difficulty 8. And that cannot be adjusted with your aspects. That's to see if you noticed enough to give a description before you collapsed and were just overwhelmed.
John, he always has bad dice.
I know. That's what makes this so good.
We did have... Go ahead.
Some guy about average, middle-aged.
No, we did have somebody who came in here. He was very adept at using obfuscate, and he convinced us that he was an agent of the prince.
You had 3 people like that, by the way.
Yeah, 3 people. 3 people all at once. He convinced us all that he was an agent of the prince. No, you can't say for certain, but it sounds like his MO from what I can gather from everything. And he is very interested in this circle. Did he do anything to the circle? Did he change it in any manner?
Wait, what? Why the fuck are you using that voice?
Suddenly the ghost of the old sheriff chimes in. I told you.
I accuse.
J'accuse. J'accuse!
So yeah, Yorick will let the new Jose Julio. We'll let Julio take a bite.
How much are you giving him? Not that you're gonna need it for
I don't
much
get to
longer.
choose.
I just take 2 points of him, so it's 4 blood, right?
Yep. Okay. What did you write down?
I didn't see it. Let me see.
The sheriff walks...
Oh, it seems like he opened something dark. After
Ah.
I was knocked out from looking at the circle, it seems like he opened something dark. I didn't see where he wrote that. My bad.
Yeah. Well, the sheriff looks
I
at you sharply. Tell me everything.
Everything you've already... What haven't you heard?
He's talking to Gerard now.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you hear, perhaps for the last time, depending on how this goes, the voice of Ashmet in the back of your head, Malik. Don't say I didn't warn you about what's about to happen. And it fades out.
Meanwhile, I go get the ritual.
The gluing reality back together.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
You can try. You can certainly try. Well, Bronson says, I'm gonna check the perimeter of the Chantry. We need to work on security. Like, for
Yes,
example, an alarm for the front door. He turns at Yorick.
I'm working on that. I got a
and
server for us
cameras, because it'd be very useful to see people invading.
now. I
Me, on the
already
other
got
hand,
that
get to
mostly
work.
set up.
Me, on the other hand, I need to get to work with Thaumaturgy so I can set up a ward against Kindred, which I won't get time to do because GM won't let me.
You have one mission like those Awakening from Torpor ritual guys. The 2 targets that you would need to do before you can take a sizable amount of time off, because that is sort of hanging over your heads. But after that, yeah, you can secure yourselves up.
Don't worry, Yorick is good enough. He's setting up anyway, despite no downtime.
Yep. You can try to cast a ritual. It takes 5 minutes and you will need to do your roll. But keep in mind that this has been hours, literally.
You need any help, Malik?
Well, I'm wondering what the consequences will be if I use this ritual.
The gluing back reality.
It's a consequence, like okay, so since the sheriff's here, I know Setite magic is frowned upon, so sheriff finds out about it, what's gonna happen?
It depends entirely on the sheriff.
Okay. Next thing is if I botch on the roll, what's gonna happen to the circle?
You
Since I'm
don't know. Depends entirely on the SD and how sadistic he is.
And you're pretty sadistic.
I don't know. It seems like I'm more creative than sadistic. I don't just fuck you. I fuck you in style.
It's like so you're not Calvin, you're just Calvin with an imagination.
Well,
Okay.
maybe that's a bit harsh, don't you think?
Bit harsh. It is a bit harsh.
Yeah,
I got this. I'm gonna use the ritual.
The sheriff looks at you. What are you doing?
I'm going to attempt to glue the fabric of reality back together.
Can I take a look at that? And
You may.
I need to actually check if he has any occult, or if he's gonna say, yep. He looks at it, Goes like, yep, those look like mystic symbols to me. You may... Did you make a roll for your illuminated trail of prey?
To be fair, it's a very low roll, but...
Yeah, go ahead and make that roll. Yes.
Yeah, yes, there is. Which will always require...
Intelligence Occult, difficulty 4.
Mm-hmm.
Please fuck this up. Please, please fuck
Please
up.
roll
You know
all
he will.
the
No, we don't need any more. Come on.
Yes.
ST's got to be on her side sometimes.
Aww.
ST's got to be on her side sometimes. Come on.
Well, you learn the fact that apparently wherever he is lairing is close enough to reach in a couple of hours. Because there is no trail, he's already at his destination.
Is that, well, he'd be with friends.
Yep.
We could mount a, quick,
Yep, but you don't know
party.
where the destination is. You can only follow along the trail, and the magic dies the moment they reach their actual destination.
Okay.
Yep.
You just know that he's nearby somewhere. Relatively.
Yep. If we actually know that he's traveling at any point, we can actually try and catch up to him, but...
Yep, if you have a place that he's actually been during that, bout of traveling.
Mm-hmm. Yep. As I said, as long as we know we're traveling and somewhat the path he has taken, we can actually try and track him down pretty easily. Pretty cool.
The sheriff turns them out. Well, it doesn't seem like the world is about to explode right this moment. Things seem stable right now. And we are here to handle the affairs of that ghoul over there. He nods at Yorick. Perhaps we should proceed with our business and continue at a... Well, you can take your time and figure out how to do this properly without rushing into anything.
Yes. Sure.
As much as I would love for you to botch that.
Alright. Well, Gerard is the only one here that I wouldn't say is a fledgling. And someone that I've actually been somewhat acquainted with. Sorry, Julio. I believe he gets the honor of siring a child this evening, if that's your goal for this evening.
Okay. Yes, well, we are aware of Gerard. He has been through town before, and yes, he is certainly a respected member of the community. I believe that is acceptable, certainly. You may proceed. Would Yorick like to resist the attempt to grapple him and drain him of all blood?
Not particularly, though he will ask a question before he gets chomped on. Do we see about, trying to save some blood for me somehow so that when I wake up I can, get blood back? Or... Oh, never mind.
How many blood bags do we have left?
2 or 3, I think. You used most of them.
Well, we'll give him those 2 or 3.
Let me...
We got 7 blood bags left, actually.
Yorick was actually suggesting taking his own blood out for it, but hey.
That is in no way accurate. I know that... Well, is it? I'm pretty sure you used more. I think someone might have forgotten to adjust it. But fuck
Maybe.
it. We can go with there being 7, and we'll just say that those are used to fill Yorick back up to full or something.
Okay, I'll change it, and I'm going to take out $4,000 from our money. because we got a
Yeah.
server while we're out.
Yep, and just delete the blood bags. We're just gonna assume that Yorick uses them up.
Alright.
Okay. So, Yorick is drained. So where do you dump the
And-
body now that we no longer need to pretend to be turning him? Like, someone else can join in on the draining. Anyone else need some blood?
There's
I
a
think
lot of
that
blood
will
going
help a
on.
little
Me,
bit.
I need some.
They all just fall on you like a
Everybody, get in
school
on
of
you.
piranhas.
Hold on,
Yep,
hold on. How much do I
apparently.
need?
He has 7 points left in his system. They are at
Yeah.
double value.
I want 3.
I
I just
also
think
have
you-
4 points of vampire blood, just so you know. But those are
How
not
much
my
do they have?
super blood.
What'd you say? How much is 1 point of your blood worth?
2.
2. For every 1 point you drain, you get 2 back.
Okay,
As
I'm gonna
for-
drink 3 points.
I take 2.
So he's more or less drained. That leaves him at 2 points of... Yep, he's completely dry. How much do you give back to him? Keep in mind that one of
Lucky.
those points will be used on the actual embrace.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think a vampire can temporarily take on more blood than they can normally retain, but I don't remember what the rules were for that.
I don't think so. It dilutes. Like, I'm going off of what it says in Thaumaturgy to boost blood potency, because it doesn't reference any other type of rule for retaining it. It just says that it
No,
immediately
for going
dilutes.
over your blood. I'm talking about for going over your blood. Your blood max.
Yeah, but that's for ghouls.
I'm talking about for
Ye-
Gerard.
Yeah, I don't think that that is possible. He just can't retain it.
At Generation 10, my max is 13, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I messed up.
So, you, Yorick, can go ahead and add your stats. I think you know exactly where you want to put them. Just convert yourself to a vampire template.
Okay, Yorick.
Bing.
The sheriff holding his AK. Everyone just standing around, waiting to see if he'll rise again or if he really was a demonic creature. Maybe he just doesn't have any soul or humanity left. He's been hollowed out, so he just turns into a white immediately and goes into a frenzy.
Whoa. Man. You guys really chomped down.
Well, you know, you have that awesome blood, and we're thirsty. I mean, you understand, right?
Yeah, sure. Well, it looks like it worked. So,
10 points of blood. Go ahead and take it. How are you feeling?
different. Very different.
Different in what way?
Whoa.
Like you feel the tugs of hell pulling at you? Do you
Not
feel
particularly.
And with that battle cry, something appears in the circle as reality parts.
Wait,
Hey, look, reality's
Battle cry.
parting.
what battle
And-
cry?
The one we heard from
So,
Epic side.
I do have to know, what is my
Epic,
generation?
you
11, yes.
turn
Uh, and-
off football.
And
Are they
that
playing
is
football?
where we are gonna leave off for today. You're gonna start with a fight next time.
Yay!
With a demon, right?
Something from the outer darkness as it appears from a gateway of black cold flame. Ashmet whispers in the back of your mind, "Told you so."
Ashmet can kiss my ass. Actually, no, I'm gonna say it in character. Kiss my ass, Ashmet.
The nun peeks down the stairs. "Hey, I figured out where it was coming from."
Do you have your cross?
So now we can handle experience. Indeed.
Oh, well, as much as I'd like to get that extra point for badassery, I can't think of anything I did that was really noteworthy this time. So, really just kind of had a heart-crushing moment when I realized the prince did not even want to entertain my idea of changing or siring Chloe.
You have been hearing a lot of yeses from him. A no was bound to come up.
Yeah, so that was kind of crushing. But, you know, earlier when I was speaking to, who was I speaking to about it? I think I was talking to, I forgot. I was telling somebody how he's alright. Was that talking to Gerard? Or, because I really don't even remember. But anyways, yeah, we were talking, and then I was like, "Oh, he's okay. He's not that bad. He's all right. Hey, we got our little disagreements, but yeah." It was Liam, and I was telling Liam, I was like, "Yeah, well, he also diablerized, but you know, he's a pretty solid guy. He's not been that bad, that unfair. Definitely need to keep an eye on him, all that stuff." But now I'm like, screw that guy. That guy's an asshole. Because up to this point, Malik did kind of look at him like this guy is kind of a mentor. You know, he's been kind of more warm to him than his sire.
Well, you have just been trying to keep a Chantry from killing each other, right? He has to do that with the whole city. And you're one of the little bitches causing trouble.
Perhaps Malik will see it that way. Who knows? You know, but right now he's just very hurt. No badassery. Didn't really give me a chance for it.
Okay. Lessons learned. The prince can be an asshole sometimes then?
Yeah. And my opinion of him has lowered somewhat. Because before I had a higher opinion of him.
So you just need to be bribed with privileges and rights and gifts, just like every other clan leader in the city.
Well, yeah. No, Malik liked him. Malik was, he was like, this guy's got a bad rap. And now he's like, screw this guy. He's just butthurt. Really, he could learn to forgive him. Just, I'm not going to put it out there that he's not going to forgive him. He's going to get pissy and join the Sabbat or anything. Nah, he's just kind of butthurt.
Okay. Okay. Malkavians suck. Alright. What about Julio? What has Julio learned?
He learned that the Camarilla is very oppressive, and maybe the Sabbath are nice people, and he thinks that maybe he could join them. And he also has a very hate with the ghoul that was throwing darts at his body. and if he hears that ghoul voice again, he probably will go frenzy and murder him.
Murder another one of the prince's servants. I'm sure that won't end badly.
He already said it, so you gotta make him roll for frenzy next time he hears it.
Yorick.
Let's see. What has Yorick learned? Werewolves are big and they do look pretty terrifying, but his visions have just kind of dulled him to that. The prince is a pretty reasonable character most of the time. And, let's see, besides that, oh yes, he apparently will have to do most everything himself. The only reliable people appear to be foot soldiers. At least in this chantry.
Additional thing I've learned is nightmares are not so frightening as much as they're just kind of annoying. Since I'm just floating in the abyss. And then I wake up and then I see everything kind of has a tint of it. It's kind of discerning, but not really terrifying. Now you're going to give me worse nightmares.
Not necessarily.
I'm going to attempt to meditate through all my nightmares, though.
Mm-hmm.
Focus my mind. I'm trying to learn how to focus my mind. Maybe I can make a case for an additional point of willpower one day.
If you have the nun use True Faith on you as you sleep, she can drive the nightmares away. I'm sure you won't take too much damage.
No.
And you will not be able to
dying.
take experience between this and the next session because you are in the middle of a combat and you have not had the time to stop and think. Not in this particular case, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Yep.
Will we be awarded extra experience next session since it'll be like 2 sessions long?
I'm pretty sure what he meant was we can't spend it this time, but he's still awarding the experience.
Yep, you're still getting
Alright.
experience. Anyone else have any ideas for epic moments, either for any of the NPCs or any of the players?
Yorick.
Yorick was really badass today. Just.
I mean, Yorick just kind of is always going to get badass points because of his he's kind of just dishonest. I think one day that's going to run out, but telling the prince everything and then almost dying and then continuing just to tell the truth to the prince, yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah,
that's
I
pretty
don't
remarkable.
want to disappoint you, but we have the first time you did it, facing down a demon lord in Raffaello's body. At this point,
fine.
it's just that's just the way he is.
Yep,
So,
it's getting that way. I agree.
Fair. That's fair.
what about the NPCs? Any bright, memorable moments that come up?
None. The distraction from Yorick on the werewolf though.
Did he distract though? He just stood there while Chloe snuck away.
He was talking to the werewolf.
Yeah.
I mean, he was taunting the
I
werewolf,
was
and the
doing
werewolf
a
was.
distraction as far as I was
I
trying.
mean, he was taunting the werewolf, and the werewolf was kind of going at the car because it was pissing him off. But I don't know how you really look at that. It did give Chloe time to escape, though.
It was a very careful kind of try and keep its attention away from another place.
Werewolves, not very bright, though you would expect them to have higher senses than that.
It really just didn't give a fuck.
Okay.
It just intended to trash the car and be gone before you could fire at it. Or just take a swipe at you if it couldn't get away.
Another thing is that I have had multiple people try to intimidate me this time, and no one's intimidated me.
Well, you're not gonna. I don't think you're getting your extra credit.
I'm fine with that. I was just pointing out there was multiple badass instances this time.
Yes. Thing is, I don't want to award these just based on a dice roll. It has to be like that perfect shining moment of awesomeness that a character has, you know?
There's a lot of story progression tonight. It wasn't really a lot of
I'm just saying, I can make multiple arguments, okay? That's all.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's more or less been established as part of Yorick's character. He runs his mouth like a little bitch. That's just the way he
knows
is.
when he knows when to run that mouth.
So
Yes. One of these days you're gonna make a fatal mistake with that.
Hey, he needs to know about stuff in order to not make mistakes.
But since you have survived... Hey, where the fuck are you moving? Get back there. You are frozen in time at the start of combat.
he's just investigating the alien.
Hush! It's about to roll initiative and attack you.
Okay, what was that? Okay.
You were there, near the front,
I
where
didn't
you are
know where-
about to get
I didn't
smacked.
know.
Don't you try to stand at the back where
Sure.
you're safe.
Sure, I know I'm gonna get smacked,
I will
and the alien's
let
gonna bust out of my
you...
chest.
I will let you recover a point of willpower, those of you who need it though. Because you have survived through adversary and werewolves hunting you and just nearly being fucked up by the prince, and in general just... each of you has had a brush of one kind or another with danger, and you have come out essentially unscathed.
So we're all getting 3 points experience.
Yes, 3 points for each and the willpower
Alright.
point, like I already said. And no, initiative you can roll at the start of next session.
Mm-hmm. There is
Sounds
one
fair.
thing I do want to say. I don't really care if it gives me an XP again or not, but a personal goal has been reached for Yorick. He has received unequivocal proof that he is not demon-possessed.
And you're a
At least
vampire
what
now.
he considers that. He doesn't
And
care
you're a
about
vampire
that.
now.
He doesn't
That-
care about that.
I was actually thinking about, generally I prefer to make the goal things something that is important to the whole group, but in this particular case, considering that this has been such an ongoing story, I am okay with that. You can get an extra experience point for that.
Yep.
But you can...
You're gonna keep going until you got your extra credit.
but
I'm being honest. I didn't care about it. I was just pointing out I have a lot of arguments for this section.
Yep. Just keep in mind, you can never be entirely sure that you're
That
not
is
demon.
correct. But he has received what he considers proof that he is not demon-possessed.
But Malik does not particularly care for you right now. You're useful, but yeah, you overstepped. You leapfrogged his ghoul.
You're just blaming
She's pouting.
Yorick entirely for a prince's ruling.
Now here's the thing. That's the catch-22 on that is he really wants her to be happy, but once she becomes a vampire, he's probably going to just totally change because she's totally not going to be into him anymore. That's okay. That's okay because he might be falling in love with the Lasombra.
That won't end badly if you end up
No,
bloodbound to each other.
Definitely
Or maybe
not.
she'll just... you need 2 drinks to be bloodbound, and she just refuses to take the third from you. And then you're fucked. Then you're just fucked. And she tells you not to tell anyone, and you are doubly fucked.
Yeah.
But at
I
least you're
see.
not bound to the council anymore, right?
I don't think you're. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to stay bound to the council though. So that would be bad if I wasn't bound to him.
Only if Cornelius finds out.
Well, I did think about binding before Raffaella ran. I was thinking about binding him, and then binding his tongue. just for extra measure there. But yeah. If we get any downtime, I know we're in combat now, but if we get any downtime tonight, he's going to spend his last moments before morning studying the ritual for, what was it? I'm going to bind accusing tongue. I know that one, but there's another ritual I want to learn.
Okay.
Didn't we get... Okay, yeah, we got all the warding things.
Yep.
So yeah, I wanted to learn Recure the Homeland. Try to start learning that one.
Yeah, you can buddy up with Bronson. He has been eyeing that book as well.
We could be study partners. Yay.
So,
incidentally, because of the way everything's going, you've totally ruined my pyramid scheme for Chloe, because now Chloe can't be over Yorick.
The Lord did say that he would specifically ask about Yorick, and the prince has a vested interest as well, given the werewolf problem.
I figured it would take time, though.
Nope. Demon possession, possible demon possession up to that time schedule to immediately.
What's the difference between a ward and a warding circle?
A ward is on a single object. Like, you could set a ward on the car, like all the doors and all the pieces, so that the werewolf just can't touch it.
Could you do it on a weapon?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, okay.
It essentially
there's somebody to etch all the runes in right here.
It has to be done by the hand that is actually casting the ritual, though.
So, if I warded, say, bullets, would they cause more damage, or what would they do?
It is actually handled.
Yes, but bullets have a special role on firearms to ensure that they don't deform. In other words, it's a bitch to get the warding to stay intact as you fire it.
Okay.
And you don't know how much health or dexterity the demon has, and keep in mind, he might just have just insane soak as opposed to a lot of health.
So how bad is this demon going to be?
There's just one of it against 6 other characters. Just how strong would it need to be in order to be a threat?
Well, I mean, like, if this was a werewolf right now, a werewolf would be able to take out a few of us, it seems.
So, any bets on how many of you end up down or in torpor?
Alright.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna end the recording and the stream here, but we can keep talking for a few more minutes, I suppose.